Kay sa lahat ng nagbigay ng pagkilala sa Aliw Broadcasting Corporation mula sa Philippine Outstanding Brand of the Year, Philippine Finest Business Awards, and Outstanding Achievement, Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards, Southeast Asian Premier Business and Achiever Award. Sa aming mga natanggap, 4-time Best AM Station Awardee, DWIZ 882, 4-time Best Radio Newscaster Awardee, Dennis Antenor Jr., 3-time Best FM Station Awardee, Home Radio 97.9, 2-time Most Promising TV Station Awardee, Aliw Channel 23, at Best Public Service Radio Host Awardee, Bragi Braganza. Pangakong itutuloy ang pagbibigay ng tamang balita at tamang paglilingkod at isang malaking pasasalamat sa tiwalang naibigay sa amin. Pakaasahan yung gagawin naming malaking inspirasyon ito para ipagpatuloy ang maglingkod sa lahat ng Pilipino.
Ang lahat ng opinyon, pagtingin, pananaw o kuro-kuro ng mga bisita at panauhin o mga anchors o host sa programang ito ay sarili at tanging opinyon at pananaw ng mga nabanggit at hindi opinyon o pananaw ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, mga producers o mga namamahala ng Aliw Broadcasting o anumang organisasyon na affiliated sa network at kailanman ay hindi iniendorso ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation ang mga nabanggit na opinyon at pananaw sa programa.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR.
Walang yumayaman sa pagiging empleyado lang. Dapat lahat tayo nagninegosyo. Timing! Narito ang isang programang magbibigay ng tamang gabay sa pagnenegosyo. Pakinggan at panoorin ang mga ekspertong magiging guest dito. Isang show para sa negosyo. DWIZ Negoshow! Kasama sina Lito Gagni at Gerry Urbina. Pakinggan ng live sa DWIZ. Panoorin ng live sa Aliw 23. At i-follow sa lahat ng digital channels ng DWIZ, Facebook, YouTube, at DWIZ News App. Huwag munang magplano, huwag munang sasabak, huwag munang papasok sa negosyo nang hindi napapanood ang show na Negoshow.
Okay,
Hello.
we're back.
Galing ng ating guest
Oh,
ngayon.
excited ako, Tito.
Excited, oh.
Very
Batang-bata
inspirational
pa,
ito,
saka
Tito.
inspiration.
Tsaka
Saka
Tito,
galing.
timing kasi palapit na yung Women's Month. Diba?
Oh, Women's Month, oh.
Timing na timing yung guest natin today. Ang guest po natin is Miss Maria Sugkang. Siya po ang CEO and co-founder of Remotify. Ayan. So pag-usapan natin yung kanyang kumpanya today. Pero Miss
Thanks
Maria,
for having us.
thanks so much for spending your afternoon with us. Bago tayo magsimula tungkol sa Remotify, pag-usapan muna natin yung background, di ba? Her story, di ba? Before you became an entrepreneur, di ba? Kasi nakikita ko dito, well-traveled ka. Kung saan-saan ka nagtrabaho, di ba? Kung saan-saan parte ng mundo ka napadpad, di ba? Pag-usapan na naman natin yung professional background muna.
Sure,
Yes.
sige. Thank you. Maraming salamat for having me today, no.
Yeah.
So before founding Remotify, I used to work for a UK-based telco tech startup. So I
Okay.
worked there for 12 years. It was also my baby.
Okay.
I helped grow that telco tech startup from servicing 3 countries to expanding to making sure that we're able to support mobile connectivity in 160 countries.
Wow! And this was all done from where? Here in the Philippines?
So I had a team in the Philippines, but
Okay.
I also had a team in Hong Kong and Portugal and in London at some point.
Wow.
Our operations, we operated in 8 different countries, and that was really a master class in leadership also, learning from other leaders in that organization, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang ang pasasalamat ko doon is even though I'm a Filipina, I was entrusted to lead teams outside of the Philippines, right?
Wow.
So yun yung pagpapasalamat ko doon sa old
Doon mo
old
pinakita
employer.
na Pinay,
Yeah. Filipinos are world-class talents.
Correct. Yes, world-class talents. Totoo yan.
Actually, di ba you are now fielding world-class Filipinos, Filipinas, di ba? Yung Remotify is, what is it?
Sure. Remotify is an employer of record company, and what we do is we help international startups and mid-market companies to extend their runway by building remote teams in the Philippines. So if they don't have a company in the Philippines, typically they won't be able to pay the benefits to their employees.
That's right,
We simplify that for them.
Yeah.
Wow, galing.
Wow.
I like the analogy and I like the words, runway, galing.
Yeah.
Talaga well-traveled ka talaga.
Well, what inspired you to take the leap? Diba, yun nga, kwento mo, you were working for
True phone.
True Phone. Diba?
Tapos eh,
When was that moment, yung parang aha moment, diba? Yung nag-udyok sa'yo na, uy, it's about time that I
may
take the
nakita ka
leap
bang,
into
inspirasyon,
entrepreneurship. Yan.
Sige.
Diba?
That's a great question. Thank you very much. No, so syempre it was so difficult and it's so scary to take that leap kasi you have a comfortable job,
Correct.
you can have a salary, stable
Susweldo ka,
salary,
15,
right?
30. Oo.
Yeah, walang questions. And also with the kids, like you can't just take the leap na parang basta-basta lang.
Mm-hmm.
But I think during the pandemic, what really opened up my mind was when I had the time to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the kids.
Oh.
And I remember at that time, I realized that just how abnormal my life was before. And it seemed to me that it was normal to only see the kids over the weekend.
Oh.
But during the pandemic, what I realized is that ang maswerte na ako if I see them over the weekend because sometimes I'll be with my team in Hong Kong for 6 months. I'll be with my team in Portugal for a month. And I miss all the milestones. And during the pandemic, what I realized is, pwede naman pala, you can work. I save 4 hours from not having to travel.
Okay.
The kids can do school and be successful. Pero what I realized then is, when I looked around, a lot of Filipinos working remotely until today are typically unregistered employees without employers on record. And what that means when they work directly for foreign clients, it means they have no social security, they have no health insurance, they don't even pay their taxes more often than not, which means they can't buy a home, they can't get a car, they can't even be approved of a loan because they don't have financial records, right? So
Hindi ka makapag-apply ng credit card.
correct. Wala. Hindi ka nga maka-approve ng visa to go out, right? Dahil wala kang record. So, the seed of the idea is, we were thinking, me and my co-founder, hey, what if we can create a workplace that is not an actual place, but anywhere employees feel valued, connected, and cared for? And that's the seed of the idea of Remotify. And of course, it took a lot of calculated risk to say na, okay, we can do this, we can use our life savings. It took a sale of a house to bootstrap the business, but it's a well worth mission to be on, and it fuels us every day. We're happy every day to be working on the
galing, your success is also the success of the others.
Yes, that's right. Maria, wait, you mentioned very important word yon, yung bootstrapping.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that means? Kasi madami nakikinig na right now. They
Tsaka
don't know the meaning of that word.
Maraming negosyante na, yun nga, maraming natututunan dito eh. They tune in on us, they listen to our guests, tapos meron silang mga, yun, aha moment.
Yeah.
Yan, katulad nun, yung the desire to be with your family na lagi, ito, yung remote.
I'm sure that's gonna resonate with many of our listeners and viewers right now, di ba? Mga tatay at nanay, di ba?
Yes. So, actually, dyan sa freedom and flexibility na yan, it's really good, but you need to, a warning there that you need to really build your skill stack before you go into that, and to be really, really responsible with that freedom so that it's sustainable na hindi yung we build the trust, because especially, and I also say this to the talents that we employ, na parang you are the ones creating more jobs for more Filipinos because the way you would represent Filipino talents by the way you work every day, even when you're remote. That's the one that will create more jobs. Pero in terms of yung question mo about bootstrapping, it means that you use your own funds. There's no external capital
Yes.
to start your business.
Okay.
If it means magbenta ka ng kung ano para masimulan mo yung negosyo mo, para mapasahod mo yung mga tao mo. There were moments, Gerry, like, as with any, bootstrap company siguro, there are critical choices, mga simple, mga like, okay, bayaran ba natin yung bill ng kuryente ngayon o pagpasahurin natin yung tao? Like, like, right?
Balancing act talaga.
Balancing act, but if you believe in your mission and believe in what you do and you believe in the picture that you're envisioning as to how it will be successful, go for it and make it happen. A lot of startups, Tito Lito, is typically pag ang kabilang side ng bootstrap is you're funded. Pag funded ka, most startups typically hindi sila mag-work on the idea or building the
business
concept
model,
until
diba?
may investor. Dito, ang risk mo naman is you're really using your own life savings.
Correct. Yeah.
And you will live by the bootstraps, by your bootstrap. Pagkakasyahin mo, you'll make your ends meet.
Yan. Gusto ko malaman, at what point, kailan mo nalaman na, go ko na to? Ano, year 1, year 2, o month 1, month 6?
No, siguro just to build on your question, Tito, did you quit your full-time job first?
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay.
Parang side hustle lang.
You started it as a side hustle, okay? Alright.
Yes. So, ang kwento dyan is, before we founded Remotify, I was also on a medical leave.
Okay.
Bed rest. And at that time, I'm so grateful to my old employer that I had that time to rest for my condition.
Yeah.
And I really read so much, and I think that's what seeded the idea of entrepreneurship and Remotify too.
So reading and research.
Yes,
Okay.
reading and research. And then, there was a moment where it was more, like we will be risking more if my partner would continue on with his job.
Okay.
And I said to him I think it's the effect of the anesthesia. I was on the same day that I got operated, and I said, like, you know what? It's okay that we let go of 3/4 of our salary. We can do this much better for the employees as well. And let's just get it on, because I still have 4 months to rest. And I used that 4 months to rest to actually take care of my health, but at the same time to take care that we build a business. So it was the good thing is that me and my co-founder, we're very different.
Okay.
That means that my top strength are his bottom strengths.
Okay.
And his top are my bottom. So when nagsimula kami magtrabaho in Remotify, he did his things, I did my thing, and then we met at the end of the day, ang dami nagawa. Kasi it's so complementing. And we were already working together at that Telcotech startup. So I know that we worked well together, but I didn't know we worked that well together. So he let go of his job, his salary, etc. And I was still working. I declared it to Truephone that, hey, we set up this business, etc. But I didn't leave until a year after, until we could pay us at least one salary and we could survive because there's kids involved, etc. But also at the time where I feel like my team is ready already at Truephone, I built it for 12 years.
Yes.
I helped 12 years, and I was confident in the systems that were built that it could last long. And now I have employees there that had been. So I was there 12 years. I had employees that had stayed with me for 12 years. The average lifespan, and they're still now there, still there. And the average tenure of my team there is 5-7 years. So I know that I will be leaving the company in the hands of great people anyway. So,
merong tanong dito may phone-in question dito. From Lasal. What has been your proudest moment as an entrepreneur so far?
Okay. Proudest moment that I can say that we've been able to create hundreds of jobs for Filipinos from Benguet to Sultan Kudarat, 77% of whom are women. We have now maybe software developers so earning 150,000, 180,000 a month. You can imagine the trickling effect of that in the communities, in the sari-sari store in that area in Sultan Kudarat, etc. Right? So that's a very proud moment.
Wow.
Oh, galing. Oh,
Yeah.
yun talaga Lasal. Ano?
Wait.
May gusto mong
Balikan natin,
question from
Maria,
Maria.
balikan natin kanina kasi I picked up on something eh. I just realized that Remotify was born out of office romance pala, ha?
Out of office romance. Ay, this is your partner. Meron kaya pala you gel well eh.
Yes,
Ikaw,
that's
So,
right.
it's a,
No, but wait, Maria, my next question is, I mean, would you advise? Kasi again, tulad ng
Yeah.
sinabi ni Tito Lito kanina,
Will you allow-
maraming mga entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs na nakikinig at
Husband and
nanonood
wife.
right now, di ba? And some of them are husband and
Husband
wives,
and
di ba?
wife.
And they're thinking like you,
Oh.
di ba? When you're starting, magne-negosyo ba tayo together? Are we gonna take that leap?
Oh.
And I mean,
Oh,
if so,
ako na
would you
muna,
advise?
Mag-safety muna tayo, gano'n.
Ikaw ba, do you advise nga na yung mga mag-asawa na pumasok sa negosyo?
So, ang ma-advise ko is you need to have very clear boundaries.
Clear boundaries.
The reason why it works well for me and my partner is because we already were great colleagues to begin with. It wasn't a risk because we know we work well together, and we
Yes.
worked in an international setup where he had his own team, he did his own things, he also had teams
Yep.
across
Ang
the,
ganda.
and
Yeah.
I also did that. So at work, we're workmates
Wow.
until now.
Ayan, you heard it,
Workmates.
guys. Ha? Kailangan
Then,
workmates kayo.
When you're at home naman, you are...
Yun na.
Ay, ganda.
Ganda,
Sayang
di
pa
ba?
rin. Lampas na Valentine, ha?
Oo,
Ganda
dapat.
sana.
Well, next
Anyway.
Valentine's, Tito, we'll make sure that Maria
Oh.
is our guest along with her
Ah.
husband.
Para
Yan.
may matanong tayo.
Yeah. Wait, let's get into naman talagang the nitty-gritty of Remotify, di ba?
Sure.
Kasi remote work, alam natin, it's not just a trend, di ba?
Yes.
It's the future. That's
Yeah.
what they say. Sige, what makes Remotify different from other remote work or outsourcing companies?
So a couple of things, right? Kung pag-uusapan niyo outsourcing, there's managed service. We're
Okay.
not that.
Yes.
We're employer of record. Compared to other employer of record, a lot of them go through an aggregator model. What does that mean? It means that kunyari, merong EOR, employer of record in the Netherlands, for example.
Okay.
And what they do is they partner with other EORs to give the service to their clients. It means they don't have control over the employees and the clients, hindi end-to-end. We make sure that we directly employ the employees and we work with our clients directly. We don't do aggregator model because
Sure.
we want to make sure of compliance,
Yep.
of community, and of controls.
Yep.
And we've designed our services, the experiences of both the employees and the clients, because more often than not, naka-design lang for the clients and not for employees.
That's
So,
correct.
bale, basically, under parang employ mo sila, yung mga sa Remotify.
Yes, they are
Ayun.
full-time remote employees. We democratize, really what we're doing at Remotify is we democratize access dito to secure full-time remote employment. Right? You have all the benefits of an employee. You have HMO. You have HR support.
ganda.
Hindi ka pwedeng basta-basta
Eh,
ma-fire.
tapos pagka halimbawa nawala ng trabaho, lilipat mo lang, pwede.
Pwede.
Within,
Pwede. Or if there's nothing of that, then at least, I mean, it could still happen, right? But at least you have your prorated 13th month, you have your severance pay, you have your 1 month, you have your 1 month notice. Hindi kayong basta-bastang kinabukasan babay.
Ayun.
Kasi ang
Correct.
daming Pilipinong
Yeah.
nagaganon.
maganda yan, ha?
So maganda yan, you're ensuring na yung mga
Yeah.
foreign principals nila
Yeah.
are compliant.
Compliant, yes. That's why we only do direct.
Okay.
Kasi we want to make sure. Also, at the same time, remote kasi, I mean, everybody really is, nagbabayad ng utang for the conveniences gained through remote work. Everybody's paying the belonging tax paid for the conveniences gained through remote work. Because walang pantry, hindi mo naman kasama yung ka-opisina mo,
Correct.
wala ka namang community. So how do you create a culture where people, even when people are working remotely, they feel a sense of belonging
With your company.
Yes. And that, alam mo yun, like, syempre when we started, we just tested the idea. But then, for us to really qualify and quantify what we did on the second year of our operations is we said, o sige, we asked Great Place to Work to survey all of our employees from Benguet to Sultan Kudarat.
Okay.
Let's ask them what they really think.
Yes.
And the one proud moment is that even though we've never met them in person,
Yes.
where we score the highest from all of these employees are community, intimacy, corporate image, hospitality, and justice. Where 96% of our employees say we're a great place to work. And that only proves to show that in the future of work where it is remote, culture and community are still everything.
Wow, ganda. Wait, Maria, that's very interesting, ha?
galing.
Kasi challenging yan eh. How do you build community and culture remotely?
Yeah.
Diba? Ano yung mga iba't ibang mga activities or initiatives na ginagawa ninyo?
It's really designing the experience. It's really designing from onboarding to making sure you have a culture program where they can be embedded kahit remote, to making sure that every month you invite them for a kumustahan call or a fun Fridays or like even when you are, because it creates a much longer lifetime value anyway for both the clients and employees. Para walang problema si client, walang problema si employees, everybody happy, and it's just the right thing to do. It's a fun place to be, right?
Yes, a fun place. Yeah, I'm just curious, itong kumustahan sessions, may mga office romance ba niya na nangyari? Yeah, tawa eh. Di ba?
Online, Tito, hindi ko na alam. pero yung kumustahan is really more like, okay, kamusta ka sa buhay mo? Are you okay? Kamusta ka sa work mo? Are you okay? Pero baka naman, hindi natin alam.
Hindi mo, siyempre, nalalaman nila yung istorya din naman ninyo ng partner mo. Di siyempre, di ba sila rin, di ba, tatanungan din eh. Uy, alam mo, siyempre, nagchichismis.
Hindi na online kamustahan yun, online ligawan na yan, Tito.
Kaya lang, alam mo, feeling ko mas better si Bumble tsaka si Tinder dyan sa online na yan kaysa sa remote, di ba? Feeling ko, professional lang to.
Wait, yun nga, can you talk more about yung EOR nga and how your model solves nga yung challenges that many startups struggle with, yung with hiring compliance and payroll management here locally? Because I'm sure may nanonood rin from overseas.
Hindi, mga bank, Kasi siyempre, you do banking, merong ano yan, ibibigay lahat ng ano.
So imagine you're a startup or a company abroad, and you would want to save costs by hiring in the Philippines, labor arbitrage. But for example, in Australia, there's now the Fair Work Act suggested that if you don't have employment record in the Philippines, they have employment rights in Australia because your contract is direct in Australia. So there was one just a couple of months back, there was a Botswanian and a Filipino that got sacked from an Australian company. And when they filed a case in the Australian labor court, they were actually granted Australian rights because there was not an employer of record in the Philippines. So that's the legal side, right? Compliance side. But from a practical side, imagine having a team of 20 graphic designers in the Philippines. And most of the startups would then, what they would do is they would compute the payroll 20 times, disburse the payroll 20 times, and if they have people problem, they will handle all those 20 people for all HR admin work. That's what we solve. We solve for our clients the fact that they only get invoiced once a month. We take care of all the HR and legal and payroll hassle, walang ganon. We take care of that so that they can focus on growing their business, right? And then from the employee side naman, walang problema kasi they don't have to hassle their foreign client that don't even their foreign manager that don't even know what they're talking about when they talk about maternity leave. Paano nila asikasuhin yung maternity leave sa Pilipinas? Di sila taga Pilipinas.
That's right.
Right? So we take care of that.
So yung may maternity leave ka rin?
Yes.
6 months
everything.
190
days. So we process that. Or for example, the employee wants an SSS loan. They want a COE, they will get a car. So kami yun.
Wait, Maria, dami na nagme-message how to apply daw with Remotify. But before you answer that, time check muna tayo. It's 2:26.
DWIZ Negoshow.
Fujidenzo Home and Commercial Appliances. Upgrade your usual appliances to Fujidenzo HD Inverter Appliances. Upgrade your home. Upgrade your business with Fujidenzo. Quality above all.
Picture a place adorned with lush greenery, gently swaying trees, a haven where time seems to stand still. Eternal Gardens provides a sanctuary for remembrance, a place where the memories of your loved ones can bloom forever.
Eternal Gardens, a glimpse of heaven on a patch of earth.
Do you have a gambling problem? To know more about PAGCOR's responsible gaming program, including its player exclusion program, visit www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. A message of concern from the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation.
Alamin kung bawal o hindi. Dahil kung di mo alam to, kaso ang kakaharapin mo sa NBI. Nako, bawal ito!
Illegal na ginamit ang iyong pictures? Nako, bawal ito. Mayroon bang nagpicture sa anak mo dahil sa kakyutan nito? Ang sabi ay natuwa lang daw, kaya pumayag ka siguro. Pero paano kung isang araw, makita mo ang picture ng anak mo na ginagamit online? At ito'y ginagamit sa ibang paraan na hindi nyo naman napag-usapan. Alam nyo bang labag sa batas yan? Nakasaad sa Data Privacy Act, maaari lang gamitin ang litrato ng isang subject kung saan niya lang ito partikular na pinahintulutang gamitin. Sa oras na ito ay gamitin sa ibang paraan na taliwa sa inyong pinag-usapan. Ito ay may kukonsidera bilang processing of personal information for an authorized purpose. Ayon sa Article 28 ng Data Privacy Act, ang sinumang lumabag ay maaaring makulong ng 1 hanggang 5 taon at pagmumultahin ng 500,000 piso hanggang 1,000,000 piso. Kaya next time, ingat-ingat sa pagkuha ng litrato ng ibang tao. Siguraduhin mayroong paintulot bago gamitin ito para hindi ka masabihan ng, nako, bawal ito.
Balita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. Latest, pinakabago at tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Pilipinas, narito na ang mga tamang balita sa oras na ito. Impeachment proceedings laban kay VP Sara sana raw ay masimulan na sa Marso. Ang detalye ng balita mula kay Patrol 19 Celio Ortega Bueno.
Pumaasa si Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel na makakaya ng mag-convene ng Senado bilang impeachment court sa susunod na buwan o sa Marso para mapasimulan na ang impeachment proceedings laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Kung si Pimentel ang tatanungin, sana'y sa buwan na nga ng Marso mairatsyada ang impeachment trial dahil kahit papaano ay handa naman ang mataas na kapulungan ng Kongreso para rito. Bukod kasi sa pinahanda na ang session hall, ay pinare-review na rin anya ni Senate President Chis Escudero ang rules ng Senado para sa impeachment. Naniniwala si Pimentel na kakayaning maumpisahan sa susunod na buwan ang impeachment proceedings o yung trial at hindi pa naman ito mangangahulugan ng pagpapaupo na agad sa witness stand kung hindi maaaring simulan ito sa pagpapasagot sa Vice Presidente tungkol sa articles of impeachment at pagpapatugon naman dito sa prosecutor. Oras na mag-session ng Senado bilang impeachment court, maaari niya manumpa na ang mga senador bilang huwes o bilang impeachment judge. Dagdag pa rito, maaaring aprubahan na rin nila ang umiiral na impeachment rules para wala nang maging issue kung valid ba ito o hindi. Ang magiging hakbang ng Senado at sakaling may panukalang amyenda sa rules ay pwede na nila itong aksyonan. Ito si Patrol 19, Celio Ortega Bueno, para sa impilang metodong lakas sa DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Paghahain ng petisyon sa Korte Suprema, patunay na takot si VP Sara sa impeachment trial. Ang detalye ng balita mula kay Patrol 30, Jelly Mendez.
Binigyan diin ni House Majority Leader at Tingog Party List Representative Jude Asidre na ang paghahain ng petisyon ni Vice President Sara Duterte sa Korte Suprema ay nagpapakita ng takot ito sa impeachment trial na isasagawa sa Senado. Matatanda ang hiniling ng Vice Presidente sa SC na pigilan ang napipintong paglilitis ng Senate Impeachment Court kung saan ay may sasapubliko ang mga ebidensya laban sa kanya. Anya, ang inihaing petisyon ni VP Sara ay bukod pa sa kaparehong petisyon na inihain ng ilang abogadong kaalyado ng pamilya Duterte mula sa Davao. Ayon kay Congressman Asidre, lumalabas ang pagiging desperado ng pangalawang Pangulo at malinaw na takot ito dahil malapit nang maungkat ang katotohanan. Dagdag pa ng mambabatas na hindi maililigtas ng panlilinlang sa publiko si VP Sara dahil una na nito nga inihayag na welcome sa kanya ang inihaing reklamo ng mahigit 200 miyembro ng Kamara at naipadala na sa Senado. Matatanda sa nagdaang survey, 73% ng mga Pilipino ang nais na humarap ang Vice Presidente sa paglilitis. Naniniwala naman ang mga mambabatas na mabigat ang mga ebidensya laban sa Vice Presidente, kabilang na ang assassin plot nito o bantang pagpapatay kina Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr., First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos at House Speaker Martin Romualdez. Mula sa mababang kapulungan ng Kongreso, ito si Patrol 30. Jelly Mendez nag-uulat para sa impilang may todong lakas sa DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At iyan ang mga tamang balita sa mga oras na ito. Mag-follow at subscribe sa lahat ng DWIZ News digital channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, DWIZ News app at DWIZ News website. Ako po si Gia Rafael, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Oras-oras nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos of jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo.
This time check is brought to you by
Whirlpool Home Appliances that make everyday living so much easier. From washers, dryers, refrigerators, microwave ovens, cooking products, to air cons, air purifiers, and dishwashers. Whirlpool, sensing what matters today. Making your world a little easier. Whirlpool.
Ang oras, 2:34 ng hapon.
That time check was brought to you by
Whirlpool Home Appliances that make everyday living so much easier. From washers, dryers, refrigerators, microwave ovens, cooking products, to air cons, air purifiers, and dishwashers. Whirlpool, sensing what matters today. Making your world a little easier. Whirlpool.
That time check was brought to you by Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos of jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo.
Oras, hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
DWIZ Negoshow. Kasama sina Lito Gagni at Gerry Urbina. Negoshow.
Okay, we're back. At bago ang lahat, ay gusto ko po nang basahin ang patalastas ng Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation. Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam ng matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa life na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely. Game responsibly. Nangingiti ka, Maria.
Gusto ko kasi umubo.
Wait, Maria, kanina, di ba, may nakabitin. Madami nagme-message. Paano daw mag-apply sa Remotify?
Yeah, Remotify.
Good question.
Yes.
So, if you are an employee or a misclassified employee that do not have an employer of record in the Philippines, but you have a client and you're working 8 hours, 9 hours a day for one, client, it means you're an employee and you need to have employment record.
Okay.
So you can reach us at www.remotify.ph, and when we are able to close your client as a client, we can onboard you as an employee. However, if you're just looking for a job,
Yes.
then you can go to our website, www.remotify.ph/careers, and you can see all of the job postings there you can apply.
Oh, wow. Wait. Ano yung mga criteria for application? Are you open to hiring non-college graduates?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Very important to understand that skill stack and ability is still the most important thing.
Okay.
Typically, ang mga hinahire namin sa Remotify are knowledge workers, right? So
Okay.
there are specific roles that would need your expertise and educational background.
Yes.
Kunyari, software developer,
Correct,
right?
yep.
Pero meron din kami mga SPED teachers, meron din kaming mga accountants. So those things, right, it would require you finishing the degree. But there are also others like graphic designers,
Yes.
or marketers, SEO, SEM specialists. So it really depends on the ability, the skill stack, and the ability and execution ability of the person.
Pero do you provide upskilling, additional training, just to help build that skill stack nga yung sinasabi mo, di ba?
So, up-training is typically handled by our clients, but
okay.
We are now gearing up this year to make sure that we can provide webinars and trainings also for our teams. But
Okay.
one thing that, and on the side, I also help with a social enterprise. It's called Insfero. And we also offer that to our employees. But what it is that if you're an undergraduate and you have more than 5 years of working experience, we can help you credit that as degree credits, and we can help you through the process of ETAP to finish your college degree while working. And then we teach you life design as well through that. So, yan.
Oh, wow.
Very important yun kasi lifelong learning. I think more than anything, more than college degrees, more than anything. Right now, pinaka-importante is you have the ability to learn quickly and to adapt quickly.
Yeah.
Especially with the changes with the AI, di ba? Parang you need to set the course of your learning. Kung ano yung kailangan mo now and what you wanna be, what you wanna do, what you wanna have. You have to be clear in that. And then you need to design what you need to learn. Kasi ang dami ng LinkedIn Learning, ang dami ng Udemy, ang dami na.
Dami ng free online courses.
Ang dami na.
Oo.
It's a matter of you understanding what do you need to learn, what do you wanna learn based on what you wanna do.
Uy, maganda yan ha. Kasi I think I don't know the exact figures, pero a big chunk of our BPO sector right now is a lot of them hindi nakapagtapos. Tama, di ba?
Yes.
So that's very important na you're giving them a pathway, a clear pathway to finishing their studies.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Apart from finishing their studies, I think what works well there is that we teach them to design their lives, meaning you are able to create self-directed individual learning plans that makes that within 20 hours we test them to learn something new. So if somebody says, I want to be promoted as a reports analyst. Okay. And within 20 hours, we give them the framework to 10, 70, 20. Like you learn online on your own. You apply the learning 70%, and you partner with somebody who can teach you 20%. And within 20 hours, you need to design what are the skills you really need to learn, the minimum skills you really need to learn to be able to present to us a Power BI presentation. So within 20 hours, dahil dun sa skill gap testing, like they were able to identify their skill gaps. They know, and we are able to build their muscle that actually, if within 20 hours natuto akong gumawa ng Power BI report, ano pa sa listahan ko ng skill gaps ko yung pwede ko matutunan next. So therefore, it will not be spoon feeding.
Correct.
It will be teaching them how to learn, because that's the most important thing today.
So you also participate in saying to it that they are upskilled, para tataas din pati level ng ano.
Correct.
Now, yung ano, there is now this big buzz about AI, artificial intelligence. What do you think will how will your work be will it be affected, and how are you preparing yourself for this entry of this?
Kasi, di ba, yung big question nga, is it a threat or an opportunity for remote workers?
Yeah, so AI is an opportunity if we adapt.
Okay.
Right? And it's not just remote work, it's not just outsourcing that will be impacted. In the future, the World Economic Forum just released their Future of Jobs report 2025.
Okay.
And it still says there that adaptability is the most important thing that you could learn. It's not no longer just the degree, etc. I think the most important thing is that we adapt our people but also our business processes. Kasi very important to, like, we can already scale our company without needing to have a lot of resources because of AI.
Okay.
It's a matter of streamlining how, for example, at Remotify, we're designing it in our tech build or in our everyday work, right?
Okay.
How our HRs are using AI to be able to improve the experiences. I don't believe that people will no longer be needed. I think people who do not know how to use AI will be replaced by people who know how to use AI.
Kaya so narinig nyo.
So may ano din,
Learn
parang-
AI.
Yes.
Learn AI.
And use it in simple ways in your everyday.
Yes. Wait, Maria, kasi yun nga, you mentioned kanina, yung adaptability. Diba? Is the Philippine workforce adapting? Meaning, are we keeping up with global competition when it comes to remote work? I mean, where are we excelling, and where do you think we need to catch up?
Okay, so the good thing is that when Google ran a research on AI search, the Philippines topped the search, meaning people are interested.
Okay.
Pero I think we still have a lot of kanin to eat to adapt to learning at least how to utilize.
Yeah.
We're so far behind in the race of creating large language models. Huwag na tayo doon. Pero how do we adapt and how do we build using the models, on top of the models, how do you build great businesses on top of it? But individually speaking, I think people, like, we're the top users of social media. Top users of Facebook, we're always there. The only question here is how do we change what people are hungry about? They need to be hungry with learning, to learn. Hindi yung puro lang yung fun TikTok, right? So, but in terms of like digital penetration, we're the largest we spend the most time using the internet across the Southeast Asia region. We're the
Tagal
largest.
natin, no?
10 hours.
Right?
Yeah. 11 pa nga dito sa
So we're the largest, and then lahat, like 98% of our population have smartphones. So everything is there to be able to learn. Ang question na lang is paano natin how will people be self-directed learners so hindi sila mapag-iwanan? Kasi I think the bigger problem of the Philippines is that a lot of Filipinos have fixed mindset. What do I mean? Nanay ko mahirap, so forever na rin ako mahirap. You have the power to change that narrative.
Yes.
You have all the resources to learn, to achieve, right? Nasa sayo na yun kung gusto mo. Pero hindi ibig sabihin dahil galing ka sa mahirap para lagi kang mahirap. Kasi iba na ang boundaries ngayon. Hindi mo na nga kailangan ng kailangan pumunta ng university para matutunan mo yung free courses ng UP, free courses ng MIT. It's accessible online. Gusto mo ba o hindi mo gusto? Nasa sa'yo yun.
Ganda ng sinasabi mo, Maria. I mean, pero can you siguro elaborate on what specific skills should Filipino remote workers develop to stay ahead of global competition? I mean,
think very, very basic in terms of AI. Use it every day.
Use it every day.
Use it every day. So for example, ako lang, just very quickly, I would get my medical report every quarter.
Okay.
Okay. I would then just test it and upload it in ChatGPT because I have a paid version.
Okay.
And I invested in that.
Oh.
Tapos, titignan ko to dumb it down for me na layman's term.
Okay.
Para maintindihan ko. And from that, sasabihin ni ChatGPT, ito yung kailangan mong ibahin sa pagkain mo. Gusto mo gawan kita ng diet plan?
Wow.
From the diet plan, sabi ni ChatGPT, gusto mo ba gawan kita ng grocery list?
Oh.
Ganda.
So,
maganda yan. Yung AI nakakapayat.
Di ba? Pero bukod doon, the point of it is that bakit mo pahihirapan ang sarili mo mag-proofread ng email mo kung pwede ka naman magsulat ng thoughts mo tapos paganday na AI, right?
Okay.
So use it every day. The other thing is that really, I would repeat it so many times, learn to learn. Learn to learn. Kasi yung may tututunan mo today might be hindi na siya, obsolete na siya bukas. O paano mo matututunan yung next day?
Okay,
Time check muna. It's 2:47.
DWIZ Negoshow.
Hindi lang to basta product Merong message behind it. And isa sa MX3 na ginawa ni God na way para mas mapalapit tayo sa Kanya.
Hi, this is Faith Garcia, triathlete and beauty queen, and this is my MX3 story.
Faith, so good to see you again. Let's begin the conversation. Can you share with us how MX3 impacted your life?
Ako kasi ate, parang pag may mga endorsements ako, gusto ko talaga yung full trust ko doon sa brand. So MX3 talaga, since 2017 until now, naniniwala ako dito sa product na to.
At balita ko, favorite mo ang mangosteen.
Any fruit ate, favorite ko. Pero isa yung mangosteen talaga sa pinaka gusto kong kainin palagi. Important sa akin talaga na alagaan ko yung sarili ko kasi hindi mo na maiiwasan mapagod kasi busy talaga ang schedules. So natutulungan talaga ako ng MSC na mabawasan yung stress physically and dahil sa antioxidants na meron siya, malaking tulong siya sa akin. So kaya ko na-achieve yung mga na-achieve ko like sa sports in general dahil sa MSC. Iba yung feeling ko pag nakakapag-take ako ng MSC at hindi.
Dahil sa MX3, alaga ka!
Bago pa ang eleksyon, maaari ka nang gumawa ng kodigo para makatipid ka ng oras sa araw ng botohan. Ako si Dennis Antenor Jr.
Paalalang dapat isipin at gawin. Bahagi na. Iboto ang tama. Itama ang boto. DWIZ Election Coverage. Kayang-kaya mo ang kahit na ano kung ikaw mismo ang gagawa nito. Let's learn new things sa DIY Do It Yourself.
Na-encounter mo na ba yung pagkabukas mo ng computer, ang nag-a-appear lamang ay blank screen at cursor? Well, narito ang simpleng hakbang para ang iyong desktop ay mag-appear. Sa iyong keyboard, pindutin mo ang Control, Shift at Escape para bumukas ang Task Manager. Pagka-pop up ng window, pindutin mo naman ang Run a New Task. Pagkalabas ng search window, i-type mo naman ang explorer.exe. Gets mo ba? Sige nga, do it yourself.
Naga.
DWIZ Negoshow. Kasama sina Lito Gagni at Gerry Urbina. Negoshow.
Okay, we're back. Yes, Maria, taas naman natin yung bandila natin. How can companies abroad benefit from hiring Filipino talent through Remotify instead of setting up their own local entity?
Sige. A lot of companies would not want to take care of the bureaucracy of setting up shop, right?
Okay.
Kasi there's the capital requirement involved,
Correct,
there's
yes.
monthly tax filing,
Yes.
quarterly, annual, and
Yep.
then you'd have to have your business permit created every month. So
Correct.
that's all good. If you really will go to market in the Philippines, we encourage you to do that. But if you only want talents in the Philippines and do not want all this hassle, you can partner with a strategic HR partner, an employer of record on the ground, so you can focus on your business and we take care of the people hassle for you, right? So that's how they would benefit. I mean, from a
So in short, hassle-free.
Hassle-free
Yes.
remote hiring, but at the same time, Filipinos really are some of the most resilient, most loyal people you will ever meet. The good thing is that we don't even have to make a case for it already. We're the second largest outsourcing hub in the world, next to India.
After India.
But by numbers, however, we also are very westernized. We have, everybody speaks English.
Correct.
Our laws are written in English. Our
That's
street
right.
signs are written in English.
That's right.
All of my colleagues, when they would visit from my previous job,
Nagugulat.
nagugulat sila. Kasi, and also, some of my colleagues, like, they look at me like, why do you speak English so well? And sometimes, I know that it's a compliment, but sometimes it's a little bit,
I understand.
because, and I had to say, because it's our first language, because 70% of the subjects at school are taught in English.
Correct.
Right? And also we have a culture of care and friendliness, right?
Yes.
Like it really melds into any workplace, right? So it's very easy for you to expand your team remotely and then have great Filipinos at 70% of the cost savings compared to when you hire in your country, especially for jobs that could actually just be done remotely, So I think that's that. And the last piece is like, I think a lot of people think that the Philippines is small and unknown.
Yes.
But actually, we have 7,000 islands. We produce 700,000 university graduates a year.
Wow.
Most of them are from IT courses. And it works.
Yeah.
You look around the world and you will see the best service people in cruise ships, in hospitals, in everywhere. They are all
that's right.
Filipinos.
Yan.
Galing.
Filipinos are world-class
Yes,
employees.
very much so.
Yeah.
Sandali. Meron akong there is something that bothers me,
Bothers.
No.
No.
Sige, tito.
In handling Remotify and looking at your work here in the Philippines, is there something that you have seen along the way, yung dealing with our bureaucracy, dealing with everything, BIR, everything, na pwedeng magkaroon ng startup na work, na pwede kayang is there something that you see the horizon na pwedeng parang Remotify and the thing?
For our government?
No,
Sorry?
for you. I mean, yung you do a startup para ikaw na bahala sa lahat ng mga kailangan ng kliyente. Alam mo, pwedeng within the Philippines o outside the Philippines.
Yeah,
Pwede yun, di ba?
pwede rin.
Parang ikaw ang business, ikaw taga-ayos ng lahat ng yung mga kailangan nila. Kasi minsan, sometimes it's difficult to,
Yeah, definitely. That's a service that we can also provide.
Have you
later
thought
on.
about that?
Yeah. Not right now. We're really focused on employer of record. Pero there we have ability to help to incorporate when our clients would want to incorporate. Right. So that's not a focus of the business, but there's definitely our legal team can definitely take care of that.
Wait, Maria, taas naman natin yung bandila mo. You were recognized as one of Asia's top 10 women startup founders in 2023. Yan. What advice do you have for, kasi madami nanonood na nakikinig right now, women entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are just starting their journey?
Sige, my advice would be unapologetic about your ambition. The world will question you, but don't be the one to question yourself.
Galing.
And also build your skill stack. Hindi rin naman tayo po pwedeng dahil, I'm a woman, you need to give space for me. No, you need to know that you deserve the seat at the table. If they don't want you at the table, you build your own table, but make calculated risks, right? Because you should be your own first believer. If you believe, I think for entrepreneurship, may it be for women or men or anybody, if you find a problem that is so important for you to solve, and you've built a skill stack, and there's also luck involved, but also all of the things that you have experienced before, walang tapon dyan. Kahit anong trabaho na nagkaroon ka, kung bigla kang na into quality, into compliance, into everything, there will come a point in your life where you will see a problem and you will say, hey, I have all the skill stack to solve that problem. Why don't I solve that problem?
Tama-tama, papalapit na tayo. You know, before the end of the show, we ask our guests to share the nuggets of wisdom that they have, you know.
Yeah.
Encounter along the way. Can you please tell? Kasi marami kaming listeners. They tune in on us. Sometimes, baka malay mo, yung ano yung masabihin mo, yun pala yun. O pag manganganak nyo, Mariang pangalan niya, pag babae. O pag lalaki, ano ba pangalan ng partner mo?
Erwin.
Shout out naman kay Erwin.
Shout out kay Erwin.
Co-founder, yes. Very, very. Wouldn't have done this without Erwin. So, big a shout out.
Shout out, yes.
Okay.
And that inter-office romance. Biro lang, biro lang.
You
yes,
say.
sorry, yes. Go.
Nuggets of wisdom.
Nuggets of wisdom. Say, have your mind and heart in the right place.
Okay.
Everything will follow suit. Second is keep on learning. Keep on learning because it's really important. And then be clear. Know what you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to have, how would you get there, and then take little steps until you get there.
Yeah,
the last thing I think is pay it forward.
Pay it forward, that's right. Yan, hindi lang pwede. Take. Pay it forward. Kailangan may balik. Wait, ganda talaga ng mga advice mo, Maria.
Ganda.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Siguro ako, Tito, last question ko lang. Where do you see Remotify in the next 5 years? And how do you want it to impact the global workforce?
Yan.
Remotify will be the remote employer of choice in the Philippines and later on every emerging market.
Wow.
Because Remotify recognizes that the future of work is remote for all kinds of workforce, including agentic AI.
Yeah.
We are building the operating system for the future of work, workforce, and workplace, where it doesn't matter where you work, so long as there's community, compliance, and controls that will enable that freedom of remote work.
Ganda.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah, the future looks bright for Remotify.
Yeah.
And for the Philippines.
And for the Philippines, right?
For the Philippines.
Yes.
Ganda.
Maria, thank you so much for
Thank
guesting
you
on our
so
show.
much.
And we will have you back. Ha?
Ay, salamat. I look forward
Promise
to
yan,
that. Dapat yung diet plan ni ChatGPT gumana.
na.
Oo. Tsaka kailangan, dapat, alam mo, may kulang. Dapat dalawa na kayong kasama.
Yes. We would look forward to that. Thank you so much. We would,
Erwin,
that's a promise. Yes,
Erwin,
that's a
you're
promise.
next. Kasama ko. Sige.
Gigisahin nyo kasi. Anyway, thanks so
Next
much for
program
having
is
me.
Senyor Balita with Senyor Ray Pacheco.
Yeah. Maraming salamat, everybody.
Walang yumayaman sa pagiging empleyado lang. Dapat lahat tayo nagninegosyo. Timing! Narito ang isang programang magbibigay ng tamang gabay sa pagnenegosyo. Pakinggan at panoorin ang mga